They say that sometimes things just never truly change. Everything is out of hand. It's all nothing more than a memory that refuses to stop playing, almost as if it's just on some form of non-stop repeat. Perhaps I am just in a comatose dream. I'm sure as you notice that edgy intro aside, we are diving deep into the Azur Iceberg itself. Can you truly get through this entire video? Let's find out. At the very tip of the iceberg, we can see that when we give head pats to the adorable Akashi, if we do it a total of 30 times, we will unlock a special quest that will give us the ability to unlock her and gain her. Akagi and Kaga both are some of the only actually known drop rates out there in the wild. Absolutely no one is capable of escaping the power that is the Sandy Cult sign-up sheet on the screen. The mystery of the changing size of Hood's chest, if we shall. As in both her skin and her oath skin. Though quite explainable, it is still an interesting standout. Mon and her sister Sims are both fake cat girls, as we can see with the clear and obvious headband on top of their head, calling them out as nothing more than cosplayers. And here we're beginning to go below the surface, the things people don't always necessarily recognize. Just as the wisdom cubes imply that we bring back these girls as if from another world or maybe even from back the grave, does this mean that when our ship girls die in combat, they're replaced by nothing more than another wisdom cube clone? The game hints towards that Hiryu retrofit potentially has PTSD, which can be seen when we come over here and look at her. As we can see here, even though I didn't feel anything change, at least the commander has accepted to look at me as a woman. But I'm by the commander's side. I also have these girly feelings that my sis mentioned before. Is that enough? As if she's attempting to find what it means to be able to feel again. Again, coming back to prior theories within the wisdom cubes, none of the ships in your fleets are even the real girls, but instead nothing more than clones you chose to make and force back into combat. Just like with Hiryu retrofit, many other ships have been shown to have some form of mental disability or issues. Whether it be in the case of how Kaga shows signs of PTSD fueled on by her sister's abuses, or it be with other characters, say like with how Shinano is hiding away many of her deeper knowledges and emotions from her friends, concerned about if the world she's currently awake in is even the real world. Now as we go deeper, we are approaching the middle of the iceberg. Things are starting to get dark here. We see with Laffy Bun, a character with an adorable trope and many adorable skins, and yet few know and realize the strange secretary bug that surrounds her, the unusual art that it has, implying as though there is something more there that we just didn't quite know. The next two can be brought up at the same time. The Shikikon is sending children into war, and destroyers, especially the lolly ones, are potentially child soldiers. That can be seen with certain designs such as Umazuki here, or Nagatsuki, both clearly having the young Japanese schoolgirl aesthetic, and yet we can send them into the full battle of war. Portland on more than one occasion references things in such a way, as we can see here, to imply as though ship girls can get pregnant, and yet we continue to seemingly use clones that for our war-based purposes. Now we come to the bottom of the iceberg. Here is where any semblance of hope begins to be left behind. Due to the prior theories that imply that the ships never get to truly be allowed to pass on, always coming back, or always being cloned, one or the other. And since it is implied that Rune would happily kill the others that you oath to try and have you all for herself, but if they always will come back, does this not imply that Rune will not only kill them an unlimited amount of time, but they are doomed to die an unlimited amount of times once you bring Rune into your life? Some of the side quests and events are referred to, as we can even see right here, memories, as if to imply days when the ship girls were once loud, be happy. Some are led to believe that when we use ships for enhancing, are they not, by technicalities, dying? As ship girls are so easily brought back to life when they die, or cloned, this means some form of them is ultimately doomed to outlive the Shikikan, the one they supposedly love, meaning no matter what, they're doomed to depression. If the ships we love so dearly are brought back so easily, are their souls brought back with them? And if so, would this potentially imply that the ships that sink never truly get to see an afterlife, but are instead only forced on through evermore? Now as we begin to go into the very abyss itself, we run into things such as the dark side of the Sandy Cult, the Yamato apparition referring to how, even as far back as 3 years ago, Yamato's gun was technically already designed and had art for it, and yet she is nowhere to be found. Deeper within the abyss, though, we find theories such as every single Azurine install is personalized, the discarded official 4th trailer. Closed beta had redacted features. Everything is nothing more than a comatose dream, Ash, when she lost Byron. And you yourself need to wake up.